morning, everybody. This is Brad P. Kogen, host of KDIV's new show, Heart2Heart. In this show, or in this hour, we will highlight local nonprofits and what they are doing to make an impact in the Northwest Arkansas community. And today we are talking with Mr. Joseph Farmer, the Executive Director of the Arkansas Public Theater located in Rogers, Arkansas. Mr. Farmer, thank you for joining us today, and also acting as co-host, Dr. Adams is here.
Good morning, everyone.
So I wanted to get started and just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with theater, and then more specifically Arkansas Public Theater.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us here today. Really excited to meet with you guys. I moved to the area in Northwest Arkansas about 11 years ago, and I've been involved in theater my whole life. I started doing plays when I was in 3rd grade. My first role was Paddington the Bear in a little school production, and the acting bug bit then, and it carried on through middle school, into high school, into college. Studied theater in college. I ended up moving to Northwest Arkansas to take a job that was not theater related, but as soon as I came to the area, I tried to find a place that I could call home. Having been involved in community theaters in St. Louis, Missouri, or community theaters in Springfield, Missouri. Springfield's where I went to school, Drury University. It was really important that I found a place that I felt comfortable, a place to call home. And a friend of mine, a coworker, suggested that I audition for a show at what was called at that point the Rogers Little Theater. And so I went, I tried out for a show, I got in on my first audition, and they haven't been able to get rid of me since. So it was really cool. Kind of started as something casual to do, being a volunteer in a nonprofit community organization, lending talents as far as acting, helping with set building, just being around, being a presence in the theater for a few years. A job opening became available for the theater manager / executive director role about 4 years ago, and the stars kind of aligned, and I was able to take the position. I left the company I was working for at the time, which was Starbucks, which was a great company to work for, but my heart and soul is in the theater, and definitely in the arts community. So I jumped at the opportunity to become involved at Rogers Little Theater at the time. Since being there, we went through all kinds of great, amazing changes. We used to be a dinner theater. We don't serve dinner anymore. Now we have cabaret-style seating, which is amazing. Nice little date night. You guys have never visited us up at the Victory Theater in downtown Rogers. It's a beautiful building. We've increased our seating capacity. We're doing 8 shows a year, a mix of musicals and plays. We usually do a Christmas show every year. So we try to do a balance of something for everyone. So, yeah, being there about 4 years now, and trying to make an impact and share what we do there with our community.
Okay. Now the cabaret seating, that's just where it's like a table and you just sit around like separate tables and stuff?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's a small round table for 2. It's located on the main floor. If you've never been to our venue, it is gorgeous. We are blessed to have this beautiful little gem in downtown Rogers. I mean, it sparkles, it shines. It's really nice to see first-timers come into the building. They walk in and they're like, whoa, this isn't what I thought it was, or I didn't even know this was in downtown. I can't believe this is in our backyard. And then to add to it, it being a volunteer organization. So from the folks that greet you at the front door to the folks that are going to bring you drinks, we have drink service on the main floor, which is awesome. We sell wine, beer, soda, water, concession items. To the performers on the stage, and if we're doing a musical, the orchestra on the floor, we have live music, and all these folks are there because they love it. And that is an amazing thing to see within your community, just all these folks coming together. We had the privilege of putting on Les Mis a few years ago. As soon as the rights were available, the theater snagged those rights. We were able to put on the show for 3 weekends. And we got a little bit of taste of Northwest Arkansas weather in the bad way. So we had a lot of ice and ice storms. Some of our cast members had to stay up north. They lived in Fayetteville. They had to stay overnight. But we played to sold-out houses. Even when there was inches of ice on the road, we had a waiting list for tickets. And so we called the patrons that were waiting for tickets, the folks that had canceled, and they came in and took those spots over. So it's really neat to see the community involved. When we were doing Les Mis, we counted it up, and it took over 100 people to be in the building, active, ready, all cogs in place to make that machine work. So when you start talking about actors, and you talk about technicians, and then musicians, front of house people, backstage help, I mean, it really takes a whole village of all these different folks who work 40 plus hours a week doing something else, and to sacrifice their time, you know, their home time with their friends and family and all that to put on a show that will run for 3 weekends or 2 weekends if it's a play. It never ceases to amaze me. That stage is empty, and then there's a castle, and it's there for a few weeks, and then it's gone, and then it's a New York apartment, and then it's gone, and then, you know, it's a bar in the 80s for just a few weeks. We had a trailer on our stage just a few months ago that was all built by hand. It was a play that had 2 folks in it, and they stayed in this tight little space on our big expansive stage, and it was gorgeous. So it never ceases to amaze me what our volunteers can put together, and sometimes in a very short amount of time.
Wow. So even the set is done by volunteers as well?
Yes, it is. We had a volunteer in the theater this morning who just about beat me to the office to get in and start working on his baby. And it's really fun. It's very satisfying to see folks that are in the community. He's a contractor and does work outside of, and he'll just pop into the office. Hey Steve, do you need anything? No, just want to check on the set. Or he brings a friend over. Hey, just want to show them the set. And so it's really nice to see these other folks taking pride in the work that they're doing too. And if you're fortunate enough to come and see the show, to see the reaction from the audience when they walk out. That, you know, we did Mary Poppins over the summer. We ran it for 3 weekends, and every single night we were sold out for Mary Poppins. And it was awesome to see, you know, 3 generations of families, grandma, mom, kids, like coming in and sharing this experience together and being able to go back and talk to other people about it. And from that, you know, maybe they let the kids at home for the next show and then come out to see Rock of Ages. So we're, you know, always trying to encourage people's attendance and to hopefully invite them back.
So how many people does the theater hold?
We can squeeze in around 275 or so. So it is a smaller venue. We have 2 levels. We have a main floor, and that's where the cabaret style seating is located. So that's your tables for 2. We can accommodate groups. We can accommodate 3 folks. And then upstairs in the balcony, we have a traditional, what I would call movie theater style balcony. So it's raked seating, but there's not a bad seat in the house, truly. If you've ever been in there, I mean, I think everyone would take my word on it that you can see everything from everywhere, because it is. I mean, the venue itself really lends itself. It used to be an old movie theater, way back in the day. Coming up on 100 years soon, that building has been in downtown Rogers.
Wow.
Now, I want to know, what was your first play here at the Arkansas Public Theater?
So, like the first show that I was in personally,
Yes.
The first show I was in was a play called Leading Ladies. And I was one of the leading ladies. I know. So, backstory. 2 gentlemen trying to go finagle, get some money out of some people, and in order to do so, they have to pose as somebody's, like, nieces. So these 2 Shakespearean actors put on some wigs, and it was cool. My character was mute when I was a lady, so I didn't have to say anything. So I just had to look gorgeous, which I know we're on the radio, but I do not make a beautiful woman. Just letting you know. I do not.
And we are back with our first episode of Heart to Heart. I'm your host, Brad P. Kogen, joined with Mr. Joseph Farmer and Dr. Stephanie Adams, and we are talking about Arkansas Public Theater, located in Rogers, Arkansas. Now, in the first segment, you talked about all the wonderful stuff and how you got involved with it. It sounds amazing. So how do other people in the Northwest Arkansas community get involved with it?
I think the best way to get involved with Arkansas Public Theater is to keep an eye on our Facebook page and keep an eye on our website. And our website is www.arkansaspublictheater.org. And you can find us on Facebook real easy with a search. And it's under Arkansas Public Theater as well. We have a big Twitter presence, so if anybody likes to tweet. And we also have Instagram, the YouTube channel. So we're trying to post as much as possible on our social media channels to keep everybody informed as to upcoming shows, upcoming auditions, different things that we have going on. We have an event on Thursday, our season announcement event. So we are currently in our 31st season at Arkansas Public Theater. Our 32nd season begins in September, and we will announce all the shows, all 8 shows we're doing starting in September, and we'll be doing that on January the 19th, which is going to be a really, really cool party. So if you've never been to the Victory, and you've never been inside the building, that would be a great time. Definitely a great first time to come in and see what we're doing there. There'll be some entertainment. We have some live entertainment. We have an MC set up. It's going to be a great party for everyone. And you can purchase tickets for that right now on the website at arkansaspublictheater.org. We also have all kinds of different opportunities. So even though we're a theater, we're always looking for new talent, fresh faces, performers. We will take performers from any area. We had a choreographer and actress who was driving down from Anderson, Missouri to attend rehearsals. We've had folks from Farmington, Arkansas drive up for rehearsals. So we're always looking for talent, actors, performers, musicians. You can always hit up the website, send an email, and we'll put you in contact with the right person. We're also looking for folks that are technically inclined. So we need people to help with running microphones or lights or working construction, helping build the set. When it comes time for the show to open, we're always looking for help in the front of the house. So we need folks to come in and help usher, show patrons to their seats, or serve beverages, or work behind the bar, work the concession stand. So if anybody's interested in getting involved with Arkansas Public Theater, we have all kinds of roles that need to be filled, and they don't necessarily have to be on the stage. So if anybody has any talent or any kind of inkling to get involved in their local community theater, Arkansas Public Theater would gladly take you in with open arms.
That's great. Is there an age requirement to volunteer?
Not necessarily. So we have all kinds of different ages of folks that come in. So we've had 16-year-old interns to old folks that are later in life performing on the stage. It just really, if somebody is passionate or has an interest and wants to see us thrive, then by all means we would find a place for them within the organization.
Okay. Now, what, I guess personally for you, what has been the biggest impact that you've enjoyed seeing out of Arkansas Public Theater?
I would say one of the biggest things that I would be most proud of, or that I like seeing, is that we try to have a strong involvement with other nonprofits as well. Ourselves being a nonprofit, we know what it's like living in the nonprofit world, so we try to be good stewards of our community and work with other nonprofits. We did a play called Tuesdays with Maury last season, and we worked with Fayetteville Public Library, came in and did a talkback night, so we took questions from the audience. The audience got to ask questions of the actors, the director, as well as the head of the Arkansas ALS chapter. Jennifer Necessary was on stage with us as well. So we try to work with other folks in the community and help grow that audience and show folks that, we do a lot of entertaining things. We also do a lot of educational things, that our programming and our shows try to cultivate a conversation. So we take a lot of pride in doing fresh shows, newer shows that have just recently closed on Broadway, things that you might not be able to see at a local high school, or things that aren't necessarily coming through town on tour. So we really try to work our best to bring the arts to Northwest Arkansas and expose our community to some things that they might not catch locally.
Okay, and how can other nonprofits get in contact with you to collaborate?
They can reach out to us via social media, like I said, Twitter, Facebook. You can send us any kind of messaging. If you hit up the website, there's a form there that would put you in contact through the office. I answer all those emails, and I will put that person in contact with the folk that could help them out the best.
Okay. So I know that because I'm a volunteer at this nonprofit, KDIV, and so I know that a lot of times not spent at your 9 to 5 go into it. So what inspires you to keep going with this nonprofit?
I think it's just to see the impact that we make on our community. We had a really great December. So a part of our personal original programming, we had a play that ran for 2 weekends. And then the following weekend, we hosted a film screening of a little movie called It's a Wonderful Life that we sold out 100%, packed house. The next day, we did 2 movies in the morning for kiddos. We had a fireman's dinner that night. The following week, we hosted a Christmas concert. So it's really great to be in the building and see the theatrical part. Folks embrace that. Being at the theater, somebody's first night ever experiencing theater or coming to a show, that's a great thing to share with someone. Mm-hmm. And to see the programming expand and hosting different events within the theater is really, really cool as well.
Okay. It sounds like you guys do a lot of the different things in order to support the community. Does the community provide some level of feedback, or do they, say, hey, we would love for you all to do X play? Do you get that type of feedback from any of the community members?
Oh, definitely. I would say that there's a lot of our patrons. We've been very fortunate to retain a lot of our patrons. And there are folks that have been attending our plays and musicals for years longer than I've been involved there. And so that's really rewarding to see that year after year we're seeing a lot of the same faces, but we're also seeing new folks. And so there's definitely this nice little transition of audience members.
Okay. So how do you actually pick your plays throughout the year?
Magic. No, there's no magic. A lot of it is dependent on what's available at the time. So we have to play the rights game. So a lot of times shows that we're all aware of and that are immensely popular in current pop culture right now, the rights aren't available for amateur production. So sometimes we are beholden to what's in the catalog. It's just like shopping at a store. It's like you go in and you've got something in your mind, you're like, I really want this. Sometimes you have to change your game plan. So when we announced that 32nd season, there are some cool shows coming. So I can't wait for it the cat's finally out of the bag. I'm busting at seams. Like, I want to tell you guys about it right now.
Yeah.
No.
I can't.
Not even
I just
a
little
hint?
Not even a hint.
Like
There'll be
radio
3
station.
musicals, I can say that.
Okay.
There are 3 musicals.
Okay. And you
From
said that
wide variety of musicals.
and you said that 32nd season starts in September.
Yes, it starts in September of 2017. So we're in a season right now. We're already going to start talking about what we're doing in September.
Wow. So then can you tell the audience what plays are coming up now?
Yes.
For the end of this season?
Yes, I sure can. So our next play is a musical called Young Frankenstein, and it is based on the classic Mel Brooks movie. And it runs February 10th through February 26th. So it runs for 3 weekends, and our second and third weekends we also have Thursday shows. So if people's weekends are tied up or tight, too hard to get out, that Thursday option. And on Sunday, we always have a 2 o'clock matinee.
Okay.
And this show will run for 3 weekends. It's hilarious. Very, very funny. Some new stuff on our stage that you've never seen before, so I'm real excited for that show. And then after that, we have a classic play called Of Mice and Men. You're talking about folks getting involved. Auditions for that show will be held on February 13th at the Arkansas Public Theater, inside the Victory Theater, historic downtown Rogers, starting at 7 p.m. And you can find out all the audition information about that particular production on our website at arkansaspublictheater.org.
Oh, cool. Okay. And we are back with Heart to Heart. I'm your host, Brad P. Kogen, and I'm joined with Joseph Farmer and Dr. Stephanie Adams, and we are talking about Arkansas Public Theater. Now, we've already talked about so much of it, but what we didn't touch on was the name change, because it used to be called Rogers Little Theater. So what prompted the change to go to Arkansas Public Theater?
Well, personally, I feel like we kind of outgrown at least 2 of the words in Rogers Little Theater.
Okay.
So we're definitely not little anymore, and that's awesome. The programming has grown throughout the years, the patron base has grown, our sponsorships have grown into different fields, different areas. We've got a lot more inclusion going on. And so we really wanted the name to reflect that. So we've gotten bigger, so little was definitely something that needed to go to the wayside. And as far as us being Rogers, we're not Rogers exclusive. Like I said, we're very, very blessed to have the building that we have, this huge, historic, gorgeous building located in historic downtown Rogers, 116 South 2nd Street, beautiful marquee, amazing. But we wanted to make sure that we were sending the message to our community in all of Arkansas, in of Northwest Arkansas. And, you know, we have a lot of transplants. We have a lot of folks who come in from different areas, and a Google search of Rogers Little Theater wouldn't, you know, when people are looking for an organization, they're more apt to find Arkansas Public Theater through searching through the internet or finding a local community. And I would say also it has really turned around and helped us as far as maintaining sponsorships. So us being a nonprofit organization, we are always looking to members of our community to help us as far as funding goes, sponsorships, title sponsors for shows, or even donating product, being like cleaning supplies, costume materials, anything that we can use within the theater to help our bottom line and to help us produce, you know, excellent theater for our community.
Okay. So any sponsors, I guess, listening, how do they get in contact, and what are the different levels of sponsorship?
We have all kinds of different levels. I mean, definitely no contribution to our organization is too small. So we would never turn away any kind of donation, whether it be, you know, financial donations or even product, things that we can use within the theater, from like cleaning supplies to concession items. So, you know, we would never ever try to turn anyone away. We actually have a great special coming up as far as new season memberships and season sponsorships. So at our announcement party, our season 32 announcement party on January 19th, we will be selling Arkansas Public Theater memberships as well as sponsorships at a discounted level. And that is only for one night only. So that helps drive in the traffic and people attending the party. And this year it's definitely got more of a party vibe. So we're doing some things a little bit differently than we did it in seasons past. So if there are any listeners who have come up to the announcement party in the past, I would say you definitely want to check it out this year because it's going to be a different show.
Okay.
Do you want to give it any bites of interest? You want to share a little bit? Can you share a little bit about what the party will be like, or maybe a guest?
What a party would be like. So we will have some live entertainment. We actually have an MC, Darby Bybee from the local news station will be our MC, hosting the event, telling everybody about the shows that are coming, and then Randall Shreve will be performing after the announcement's been made. So in years past, we announce a season, everyone goes home, and we have rehearsal. This year, we're going to announce a season and party until we're done.
Now, is there any type of dress code, like a theme?
I would say no, there is no theme. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. You know, with the doors at 5:30 and the show starting at 6 and it being on a Thursday, you can come straight from work. If you're off that day, you can come in your workout clothes. We will not kick anybody out.
Okay.
So is there anything else that you would like to leave our listeners with today?
I would just encourage anyone that hasn't come to see us to come see us. And as far as that goes, I would encourage anyone and everyone to support their local arts community. So if you're not able to make it to a show at Arkansas Public Theater, then I would try out theaters nearby. I think as long as we support each other in the arts community and in the nonprofit community, it benefits everyone. So I would encourage folks, especially in 2017 when we're trying new things, is to step outside of your box and see some of the things that are being offered in our area. And I say to folks often, you can see a movie anywhere. I mean, literally, you can go to the movies, but this day and age, you can watch a movie on your phone. I mean, anytime, anywhere. But theater exists where it exists. It exists in the building, with actors, and costumes, and an audience member. And that's an experience that you don't get at the movies. That's not an experience you get watching your favorite TV show on your phone. It's more than just being entertained. And being able to talk about it afterwards, to have a conversation with your date, your friends, whoever you came and saw with, or maybe even other members in the community, that this type of art cultivates a conversation. And I think in this day, age, and time, that we don't talk to each other enough about the things that we're experiencing.
Yeah, it's something about theater where you want to like talk about it with the people right then and there. Like even like through intermission, like you want to have a conversation. Versus like a movie theater, you want to go like tweet about it or go like Facebook about it. But a theater, it adds that that agency to right now.
Yes, it's something you do in the moment, it's something live, and it's something to be shared with other folks. And we don't have a lot of those things like that in this world anymore. So I think it's an art that needs to be loved and cultivated and encouraged within our communities.
Yeah. So listeners, because we want to share this great art with you, we are happy to announce that we will be giving away, would you call it a half-season pass?
I would say yes, half season, because that's about how many shows we have left in season 31. So we've got Young Frankenstein coming up in February, followed by a play called Of Mice and Men. We'll be doing a play after that called The Velocity of Autumn. Mm-hmm. After that follows another play called Dead Man's Cell Phone, which I will be directing. Very excited about.
Okay.
And then we wrap up our 31st season with our summer musical, The Wedding Singer. So
all these shows sound amazing. There we go. Well, thank you, Joseph Farmer, for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Dr. Adams, for helping me with this interview.
It was my pleasure.
And thank you, listeners, for listening to the first episode of Heart to Heart. I am Brad P. Kogen, and this is KDIV 98.7, the Voice of Diversity.